Hello, welcome to class this month. What the flashcard says. Woo!
Welcome to OnlinePilatesClasses.com, the most supportive Pilates-loving community across the globe. Enjoy new weekly classes from our amazing teachers. Download the OnlinePilatesClasses.com app today.
So, Rachel and I are doing this theme this month, and we're just taking the deck of cards and we, shuffled them, and whatever the flashcard says, we're going to do. However, we have taken liberty to remove things that are probably more advanced than we would put in a class, so we want to be more where we can see you. And in the chairs case, because it is one of the hardest pieces of equipment, it's like less surface area. What I'm going to do is we're going to do footwork just to warm up, even though that's not what the flashcard says. And we are 100 just to get that out of the way. So if they come up, I'm just going to put them to the side. We're not going to redo them. Also, if a single side, like a single leg or a single arm exercise comes up that has a symmetrical version, we'll do the symmetrical version first, just so that we are connected before we challenge ourselves, and also just in case you're not doing the single side yet. So this is from the chairs deck, and let's get started. So our first cards are going to be teaser, crisscross, and double straight leg stretch. But as I mentioned, we're going to do footwork first to warm up. So one top, one bottom spring. If that's too heavy for you, you'll go like a middle bottom. And you'll sit, you want your whole pelvis on the chair, one arm over the other, or hands to the side, or hands behind your head. You get to choose. And you're going to have your heels together, toes apart. Push the pedal down and pick it back up. Now, I had a question the other day about, in my mentorship group, about like, what is the point? Are we trying to push the pedal all the way down, or are we trying to lift the pedal all the way up? And you're trying to lift the pedal up without tipping your pelvis. So without leaning back or forth, we're trying to pick the pedal all the way up. 2 more. And then on to your arches. Pushing the pedal down and picking it back up. Working through the arches of your feet even as you pick the pedal back up. Breathe into your lowest ribs. I have a tendency to kind of sit in the front of my sits bones. I'm letting my ribs pop out. So it feels a little weird to sit on my sits bones and make my upper back wide. And then on to your heels. Reach those inner heels down and up. 5 more. Awesome. Okay. So now what we're going to do is you can take the long version or the short version of your chair. You'll bring your tailbone to the edge or maybe off, and your legs to the high diagonal, and pump your arms vigorously. Now, because we're on the chair, you probably won't take your legs as low as you do for the mat, and that's okay. It's not about how low your legs go. It's about how long your spine is. And how can you pump these arms a little faster to challenge your center? With every pump, does your abs want to turn on, off, on, off, on, off, or can you keep them engaged? 3 more cycles of breathing here. Last one. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go to 1 middle spring. You can also do 1 top spring, okay? But 1 middle spring is typical. 1 top might be a little too heavy, but if you need the support, use it, okay? And then we're going to sit on the other edge of our chair. Okay, so if that 100 just like was like too much for you, would you put your feet up onto a fitness ball, or if you have access to a Cadillac or a short box, just like put that on there so your legs don't go too high, all right? And then you're going to find your teaser, reach arms forward, then take the hands back, the palms face away from you, and then you will open up your collarbones. Now pull your waist back to move the pedal, and pick it back up. And again, pull the waist back. And if you're like, Lesley, no way, not doing it this early in the workout, that's fine. Guess what you're going to do? You are going to get onto the mat and do a few roll-ups instead. All right. 3, 2, and 1. I made us do some extra reps here just because we're still warming up. Go ahead and take your hands off once you close the spring. Let's do 1 set of this actually. So it's 3 reps in the set. We're going to come up. We'll go back down and do a 3rd set with arm pumps. All right. So the legs go really long. Arms go back. Arms are reaching from the upper back, and we lower and lift the upper back. Now the legs ideally stay where they are. If they're going up and down with you, you're doing teaser 3. Come all the way up, reach those arms forward, take a rest. Okay. Third and final set. Reach those legs out, arms back, lower down and up. On the third one, stay down. Now the upper body is not lowering the pedal. Remember, it's your lower waist, right? Now hold it down there, bend the elbows and pump the pedal 3 times. And all the way up. Awesome. Okay. We have crisscross and double straight leg stretch, and then we'll see what the card says. So you can do the short way again, so you could just lie back. You are already set up. Or I'm going to do the long way. Take your hands behind your head, interlace them, one knee and one leg up, twist up and over. Something that I tend to do, because crisscross always comes at the end of the ab series, is I kind of try to rush through it. But since we're like at the beginning, can we take our time? Woo. Awesome. On the chair, I do love to give ourselves a little moment before we go to the next one, just because we have less mat here than we're probably used to. It just means we're cheating, and we're higher up. Now, hands can be on the corners of the chair or behind your head. Squeeze the legs down and lift them up. Push your head into your hands for 4, 3. Really push your head into your hands, 2, and 1. That keeps you from over rounding your neck. Awesome. All right. If you want to keep doing those while I go to the next card. So we have side sit up and a twist and horseback. Okay, cool. That comes in a nice order. So here we are. We're already on one spring. And you want to be on that one middle or one top if you want the support. Hand goes in the center of the pedal, legs go together, point the feet. Hand on the top. And as you slide your hand up along your body, you lift the pedal and then you reach all the way down. So you're going to go into a tall back and then into the longest side bend. So we're not trying to lift the legs to lift the chest, right? We're just trying to leave the legs there and lift and lower the chest. We're going to do both sides before we go into the twist. One more. Awesome. Okay, now flip over. Let's get that other hip. And then on this side, we'll go into the twist and we'll go back to the first side. And the only reason I'm doing that again is normally we do the twist like maybe 20 minutes in. So squeeze those legs together. Notice if your legs are drifting back and forth, or can you keep your tailbone reaching for your heels? All right, hold it here. Turn towards your pedal, but not with your hips. So for me, I'm going to move my left hand towards the left side of the pedal. My right hand comes around. Because I'm still warming up and feeling a little tight today, only my fingertips are on the pedal. And then with your hips stacked, you're going to try to lift the chest. And maybe it's a matter of just thinking about it. And with each rep, maybe you get a little bit more of your fingertips on the pedal. Last one. Whew. And I think it's fun to do it like this today, just because if you always do this exercise after you're super warmed up, you probably don't realize how much your body didn't twist at the beginning. So you're not able to like really give yourself like a round of applause for how much you could twist towards the end. So right hand to the right side of the pedal, left hand comes around, whatever part of it can touch does. Squeeze those legs together. Oh, big stretch. 2 more. Awesome. All right, we're going to go into our horseback, which after a big twist like that is very welcomed. So horseback, you sit on the chair, you straddle it. The legs are parallel as opposed to turned out. It's really easy to turn out, especially on the chair. So toes straight up, right? Not turning away like till 11 o'clock, but to 12. And then squeeze the chair. Arms reach up. Can you reach them from your back here? So feel that. And then begin to point the feet around the spine and then put your hands on the pedal and push down and lift back up. And again, reach that tailbone for the chair as you reach into the pedal. Lift your hands to lift the pedal. Well, lift the pedal, lift your hands, then sit back down, flex your feet. Here we go. 2 more sets. So it's 3 sets of 3. If your hips don't come up, it doesn't really matter, but we don't want them to stick out behind us. So squeeze the chair, point the feet, Lift your waist, bend and round your spine. Think about coming up for your hundreds.